Hey, I'm Jones Loflin, helping you make the best choices with your time so you can thrive. When people talk to me about overload, whether it's a coaching client after a presentation or just one of my friends, I often like to ask them, what do you need to get better at to deal with your overload, you think? Oftentimes they will say, I need to get better at prioritizing or, prioritizing my day or my week or how I prioritize my goals. And I chuckle because I'm like, oh, that's the first step. And they'll say, well, what do you mean? I say, well, let's imagine, if you will, you've got a bookcase or a bookshelf in this instance with a limited amount of space. And you've got all these great books on the shelf and you want to create more space. I said, let's talk about what prioritizing looks like. So if we want to prioritize these books, we might say, yeah, I really like this book by Seth Godin. So yeah, I'm going to put that here. And oh, look, yeah, that book on juggling elephants. Yeah, I haven't read that in a while. So I'm going to put that one there. Here's my question. Create any more space? Absolutely not. When we say prioritizing, we are putting one task in front of another, one project in front of another, one goal in front of another, which is important. The problem is you're not creating the space you're looking for when you're overloaded. And the reality is that when you're overloaded, a lot of that is the mental pressure of all the things you got to do. And when you're simply prioritizing by moving things around, you're still weighed down by all these things. If you're looking at me right now going, yeah, Jones, that's kind of my challenge. I got too much to do and prioritizing isn't working as well as I thought. That's okay. I've got a new step for you to take after you've decided that you need to prioritize. And yes, when I say new, acronyms coming, the N is for no. An example of this bookcase, I might say, this is just not a book that I need in this bookcase right now. Or, you know what, I don't have to have this one. Look, we're creating space. The second part of the process is E, efficiency. Okay, you might go, I'd really like to read this book, but you know what? I think I will listen to the Audible version or the audiobook version, or, I'll read some other summary online of the book, which is a lot more efficient than spending all of your time reading that book. So we got no and we got efficiency. The W is who. Okay. I might look at this and go, you know what? I don't have room for this book on my shelf, but maybe someone else does. Maybe somebody else would like to have that book. And then we've got all this space created. What's my point? You gotta say no more often to create space. You need to look at ways to get more efficient in the task you're doing to create space. And when you're overloaded, ask yourself the question, who could help me better manage the task or projects or the things that are weighing me down? I'm Jones Loflin. I hope it's a fantastic week where you don't stop at prioritizing when you want to create more space in your week. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today in the Jones Zone.